Yeah, it was tough for our batting lineup today. Obviously, New Zealand started well. They got the ball swinging. There was a few divots on the pitch as well. Obviously, the pitch started off a little bit soft yesterday. Quickened up today, and with the softness of yesterday, it left a few divots in the surface. So when the pitch gets a bit firmer and quicker, and the ball hits the end of the divots, it can make it really tough. And the Kiwis got it swinging as well today, so they bowled really well and made it tough for our guys.
What will you say to your men overnight and trying to rectify and build a bit of signallings here, presuming that you're following on?
Yeah, I presume we'll follow on in the morning. I think if we can learn something from the Kiwis batting on day one, is that they left a lot more balls outside the off stump. I think that does come a little bit more naturally for the New Zealand batsmen. Obviously, playing on bouncier surfaces, our guys are used to playing at a lot more balls. I thought we left really well. We played well off the back foot at the Mount, and I think we could have left a few more balls here today. So hopefully tomorrow we can get off to a good start. I think we can leave a few more balls outside of stump, make them bowl straight at us.
Yeah, Ashwell, difficult day obviously, but what would you say about Yasir Ali and Shohan's batting when you were 5 for 27?
Yeah, I think when we at tea time, we sort of identified that the pitch was still quite good for batting. We knew that some balls will beat the outside edge. As I said, the pitch quickened up, so the movement happened a little bit quicker today off the surface. And I was quite comfortable that some of the balls would go past the outside edge, but that's normal for these kind of conditions. But we identified that the pitch still had some nice space in it. There's value for shots off the surface. The outfield runs away nicely. So if we just hung in a little bit, we could get a partnership going. And those two did really well. Shohan played positively, came forward nicely at the bowlers, got his front foot out to the pitch of the ball, got his weight over the ball. And then Yasir, obviously only playing in his third test match, he was really unlucky at the Mount, getting out, caught down the leg side. He applied himself in that game, I thought. He applied himself really well. And I think he really applied himself well today again. Solid in defence. And really decisive in attack. And I think it's a type of pitch where that's exactly what you have to be. You have to be decisive. If you're leaving the ball, you got to be confident with your leave. If you play in a defensive shot or an attacking shot, you have to be decisive and confident on that as well. And I think that's probably the key word, to be decisive on whatever option you're going to be taking.
Disappointed that the top 5 couldn't emulate what they did in Mount Montgomery?
Yeah, of course we're disappointed. I mean, it was a massive effort last week. 170 overs against a quality bowling attack. I think it's fair to say that we expected New Zealand to come back with a lot more urgency in this game, which they did. And I think if you compare the two games, I think you can see that it's really difficult sometimes in Test cricket, even for the number one team in the world, that when one team gets ahead, sometimes it can be tough to fight your way back. Last week we sort of managed to get ourselves ahead in the game, and we managed to stay in that position. And obviously here in this game so far, they started really well with the bat yesterday. They continued that this morning, and then they started well with the ball again, and they made it tough for us to get back into the game. But tomorrow's another day, and we got to live to fight another day.
Ashwell, lastly, just wanted to know, obviously you're not, you obviously know this, just wanted to know about the decision between Naeem and Fazle Mahmood. I mean, Fazle was top scorer in the National Cricket League. He's been scoring a lot of runs against the red ball, and obviously Naeem was playing his first class game in 2 years, and just his 7th first class game, I think. So what was the thinking behind that decision?
I'm not part of selection at all, so you're going to have to get an answer from the selection panel. Obviously, Naeem has been an opening batsman, albeit in the shorter version of the game. and he's done well in those versions of the game. So, you know, I think you'll have to ask the selectors about the selection decisions. I'm not part of the selection panel.